Okay, so today we're doing the coordinate plane. Looking at my very top left box, it's pointing at the line that goes straight up and down. That is called the y-axis. The next box down on your left is the line that's going straight across. That is called my x-axis. If you look over at our word wall, those are both sitting on it. The next part is pointing at the top two boxes that are already blank. A coordinate plane is broken up into 4 different parts. Those parts are all called quadrants. So I can write that up at the top and on the bottom. They're both part of our 4 quadrants. Looking at the dot that goes directly into the center, thinking about that, it's over on our word wall. It is called the origin. And then the last one, I just have a dot that I'm pointing at. That's just called a point. Now, my 4 quadrants, they have specific numbers. It goes in numerical order counterclockwise. So instead of going around left the normal way that you would count or look at a clock, it goes off to the right. So the very first one is 1 in the top right quadrant. Then 2, top left, 3, bottom right, 4. So those are all 4 of my quadrants. Now, what we have to do here is we are just plotting some points, remembering that points are written in x, y. So x is how far left or right it goes. Y is how far up or down it goes. So for A, I'm looking for 1, 4. So that means I'm going to go to the right 1, up 4. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to label it A. For B, I'm going to -1, 4. So I'm going to go to the left 1, up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to put a dot there, label it B. The next one, C. So over to +1, down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is point C. Next one, D. So I'm going to go to the left 1, down 4. That is D. E, we're going to go to the right 6, up 1, 2. We're going to label that as E. F, we're going to the left 5, down 3. So 1, 2, 3. We are going to label that one F. Next one, -3, 5. So I'm going to go to the left 3 and up 5. And that one is G. H, we're going to the left 6, down 2. We're going to call that H. And last one, J, we're going to the right 2, up 1, 2, 3. And we are going to label that point J. Okay, so hopefully we're okay with how all of that works. Okay, so for Z, we are going to the left 2, and we're -2, sorry. If we're going to the left, it's negative. So -2 up 4, so +4. Next one is T, we're going to the right 5, so +5, and we are going up by 5, so +5 again. S, we're not going anywhere left or right, so that means that's just going to stay at 0, and it's going to go down by 3, so -3. Last one, V, we're going to the left 5, so that means -5. We are going down by 3, so that is -3. Okay, next page. Slope. Slope is how quickly a line rises or falls. So it's basically how steep does it go to go up or down. Slope can be written as rise, so going up and down, over run. So most of the time when I'm talking about slope, I always say, okay, what's my rise and what's my run? And then I just plug it in from there. So finding slope by counting, you start with the point furthest to the left. So here, this would be my point furthest to the left. Count how far to the right you need to go to get to the second point. So looking at it, I need to go over 1, 2. So we are going over 2. And then how far down? I'm going to actually just write that up there. That'll make it a little bit easier for us to see. Oops. Okay, so we went to the right 2, so that means it is a +2. And then we're going to go, how far down did I need to go? So counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 down. So that means I'm going to write it like this. I have -8 over 2. So that's -4 over 1. So one thing I want you to remember, if it goes up, it's positive. If it goes down, you write it as negative. If it is left, it's negative. If it goes right, you write it as positive. Below, let's try this again. So I would suggest every single time just go ahead and just draw a triangle. So I'm just drawing my triangle here. Now I want to know how far do I need to go. It goes down 1. So since it is down, that means it's -1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to the right 4, so that means it is positive. The next one, let's draw another triangle. So we're going to go up and over. So it goes up 1, 2, 3. So that's a +3 over 1. So it goes to the right, so it stays positive. Okay, next page. I'm going to go ahead and give you a minute. Go ahead and try those next 4 and then hit play again and check to see if you got the same answer as me. Okay, now looking at the first one, I went ahead and drew my triangle. It went up by 3, so that's +3 to the right 1. So 3 over 1. This could also just be written as just 3. So you just have to remember that, hey, these mean the same thing. They both give me the same thing. The next one, I drew another triangle. It went up by 1 to the right 3, so 1/3. I can't write that in another way unless you want to go ahead and make it more difficult, like could be 2/6 or something along those lines, but 1/3 is as simplified as it gets. My next one, drew my triangle. My slope is -5/4, and last one, my slope is +6/5. Now the main thing that I want you to do, a way that you can double check, hey, I know I'm right. The fact that this is negative tells me that my line should be going down from right to left. So looking at it, it is going down. This is positive, so that means it should be going up. Looking at my picture, yes, it is going up from left to right. Okay, so what I want you to do, go ahead and work on your homework for the rest of the period, and if you finish all of that, then start working on your Delta math.